and welcome to another episode of Life Lessons in Bon Jovi songs. And we have come at the very end of the outtakes of the first three albums. So outtakes are songs that were recorded but that never made it to the album that they were created for, and sometimes didn't make it to any album anywhere, as is the case with this one. And but even those songs at some point come to an end, and there might be a time in the future where I find new songs that I'm going to kind of like categorize as belonging to the first three albums. So then I will get back to this Bon Jovi era of the first three albums. But for now, I have covered all the unknown songs, all the uh, songs that never made it to those first three albums. So for now, I'm actually really done with the outtakes, and then done with the first three albums. I'm recording this in December 2025, so that means that we have a new year. New Year, New Jersey. That's going to be the slogan. So New Jersey, it was their fourth album. It was probably their best album ever. And yeah, so I'm really wrapping up the first three albums, the outtakes from the first three albums, all this year, December 2025, and then it's 2026, New Year, New Jersey, and I can't wait. It's definitely my favorite album. So yeah, so we're really, I sometimes unceremoniously refer to it as the bottom of the barrel songs. Like, they're at the bottom of the barrel. They're just so rare, and yeah. So that's where we are, and I couldn't find anything with regard to this song. So I have no context whatsoever. It's not mentioned anywhere. When I Google it, like one of the first, there are lyrics. There are people who have analyzed the lyrics, so that's something. But otherwise, I get my own links. I get links to um, my own blog post from the previous outtake. So then the blog post ends with, next time we're going to do Take Me Home. And then now I'm like, okay, let's Google Take Me Home, and I get that is like the first search results. It's my own things that I've written like 3 weeks ago. So that's bottom of the barrel. That's like, I have nothing to say except that it's really that kind of like culmination of, it's the ending of everything. It's the ending of the third album. It's the ending of all the outtakes. It's the ending of the year, and it's the ending of like me, in the sense of, I can really feel that my energy or my inspiration are really at the bottom of the barrel level. So it reminded me of something that I have heard in astrology, which is that a planet, moves through the whole zodiac sign, and the sky is divided in what is called houses. But it's probably a little bit. It's divided in 12 signs, so you have 360 degrees, and then the 12 zodiac signs are there. So it's 12 equal pies. So every pie has 30 degrees. So if you have a planet in the 29th degree of a sign, like you are your sun is in the 29th degree of Capricorn, or in the 29th degree of Sagittarius, for example, then that really means that it's extremely significant. They have a special word for that. I looked it up. It's called anaretic. And when your planet, any planet, is at the anaretic degree, it really, it really pays off to investigate that. And I know that but it really depends on the housing system. I think it depends on the housing system. I'm not really sure. Anyway, there's two different sorts of housing systems. And I think it's related to this. I'm not sure. I'm confusing you. Anyway, if you enter your birth date and you get a planet on a 29th degree in one system, and you get the planet not being on a 29th degree in another system, then you know, oh, Suzanne was right. She was saying something about the housing system. So you have the whole house system, and you have, I don't know, something else. And I think that has to do with where the planet is at in your horoscope. But I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm confusing you. But if you have planets in the 29th degree of a certain sign, then that is really significant. And I say really significant, very aware that I have not investigated my own planet that is at the 29th degree. So apparently I didn't find it significant enough to look into it. But in general, the 29th degree is really, the planet is then showing up the way I am showing up today. Is like you're at the bottom of the barrel. The planet is at the bottom of the barrel. They're like, take me home. They're like, this has gone on long enough. They are feeling like John Bon Jovi singing the song Take Me Home. So the song Take Me Home is about the John Bon Jovi calling an operator and requesting the operator to be like put through to his girlfriend, or you know, the woman in his life. And it really suggests that it's actually at a concert, because it's like music is playing already, people are singing, that's all in the lyrics. So it really suggests like John Bon Jovi being on the road, the show already beginning. You know, he can already hear the music, he can already hear the singing, and he really wants to talk to his woman. And he's desperate, and he wants to be taken home, in the sense of he wants to have a feeling of belonging, and he's craving that, and he really hopes that this operator can connect him with his woman. So he's really at the 29th degree of his being, like his mental state is at the 29th degree, where you just like you're too tired even to push through. You're really at the final end of something, and you're like, oh God, you know, bring me home so I can recharge and resurface and be reborn. It's like a deep, the 29th degree in astrology is like it's like the closing chapter of something. So if you have a planet at the 29th degree of a sign, any of the planets, then it means that you are the karmic closer of it. And I have my Pluto in the 29th degree of Libra. And the Pluto is a generational generational planet, which means that um, generations are uh, um, one way to define a generation is where is their Pluto. And Gen X is then defined by the people who have Pluto in Libra and the people who have it in what's there? No, I don't have it in it. I don't have it in it. I'm lying. I have it in the 29th of Virgo. That's how important I thought it was. I have it on the 29th of Virgo. So, I'm at the 29th of Virgo. Then there's people who have it in Libra, Gen X. And then the people who have it in Scorpio are the millennials. So the millennials is a very, who have Pluto in Scorpio. The millennials is a very small generation in astrological terms, if you define it by Pluto. So so I have mine in the 29th of Virgo. So that means that for my generation, or for my half of Generation X, I am like a karmic closer. I have the kind of like the duty or the task or the purpose to bring closure to something that the people who were born, I would guess, like from 1955 to 1972, everybody else who was born under Pluto in Virgo, who have kind of like, yeah, build up that karma. And when you're then born into the 29th degree of it, you close it. You're the karmic closer. Like if I don't find a way, no one will. So any planets in the 29th degree really indicate you have to find a way. You have to find a way, even if it's the last work week of the year like it is now. You have to find a way, even if you're John Bon Jovi and you're in the middle of a tour and Christmas is pending and you have such an ache for home. You have to find a way, if you're at the end of the tour, the Slippery When Wet tour. You're at the end of the tour and you're so tired and you're so broken, and you have the new album already pending on the horizon. You can see the new album. You can see your New Jersey kind of like on the horizon, but you're still stuck in the final degree. You're still stuck in the final weeks. You're still stuck in that bottom of the barrel state where you're not done yet. You're not done yet. And that it's up to you. And you can't move on until you have completely immersed yourself in what's left of the year, in what's left of the tour, in what's left of the Slippery When Wet album, in what's left of Pluto being in Virgo. That's the energy of this. That's the energy of this video. And that's the life lesson. That sometimes you are in the 29th degree of something. And it's so hard. And at the same time, it's so important. It's so important to just be there and to just realize this needs to be done. In order for me to move to the first degree of something new, I really have to be here. So for me, that is, I really have to be here. Like the most light I had to film was like 3 hours ago. I was in my 29th degree of this year. I just couldn't, like, I didn't make it. So here I am. The sun is already setting. Yeah, the 29th degree of life. That is definitely the life lesson of this final outtake. Take Me Home from the Slippery Warm White album. So that was it for today. That was it also for this year. I will see you in 2026. New Year, New Jersey, the 1988 album from Bon Jovi. And the album opener is Lay Your Hands on Me. So see you in January 2026 for Lay Your Hands on Me. Bye bye.